temporary Nightingale hub being built, one of an initial 8 sites across England. In London, the hub will be here at St George's Hospital. NHS trusts have been asked to help identify more sites like gyms and education centres that can be converted to help create up to 4,000 so-called super surge beds. The expansion comes as the number of people in hospitals with COVID rose above 10,000 for the first time since March.
What we're doing here is we're preparing for the worst whilst hoping for the best. It's a no-regrets approach. What you don't want to do is hit a point where you need to treat very large numbers of patients, but you simply don't have the facilities and capacity to do it.
Questions remain over who will staff the new hubs. The Royal College of Nursing has sounded the alarm over worker shortages and low morale. A survey of more than 9,000 UK nursing staff has found that 57% said they're considering or planning on leaving their job. Around 3/4 said that in the last year they'd worked when feeling unwell. And 18% said they weren't able to take annual leave.
We've got a nursing profession that's under intolerable pressures. It's a workforce in crisis. And if we don't address the crisis in the nursing profession, then we won't have a health and care service that's fit to deliver for those that are in desperate need of it and deserve actually the care that the health service should be able to deliver.
The Nightingale surge hubs become the latest response to the rapid spread of Omicron and the prospect of another major wave of people relying on the NHS for treatment. Sadia Chowdhury, Sky News.
Well, the Labour Party has urged the government to crack down on misinformation about COVID vaccinations on social media. It comes as police appeal for information following an anti-vaccine demonstration that took place at a coronavirus testing centre in Milton Keynes. Now, the Shadow Culture Secretary, Lucy Powell, says that lies are being spread online and that those lies are costing lives.
We're calling for the government to regulate the sector for a long time now. That's long overdue and is still delayed. But in the meantime, more can be done to put pressure on these platforms to follow their own policies and shut down the accounts of those who are deliberately and very prolifically spreading disinformation online. These platforms are incredibly powerful and they've got to do more to clamp down on misinformation and untruths, lies being put out there, because now it really is becoming a matter of life or death.
Well, you're watching Sky News. Still to come, the warning that nearly 100 convicted terrorists could be up for parole over the coming months.
We know the news can be tough. At times, hard to watch.
At times,
hard to report on.
Shocking, heartbreaking stories have felt all too common.
With anger and division.
Often following. We've also seen the very best.
Beautiful moments, inspirational stories.
So as we reach the end of 2021...
we thank you for being there with us.
Every step of the way.
And for whatever comes next.
Breached the road. There is a lot of gas being fired all around us. शांति से इनको समझाओ वरना ये हम लोग It is an absolute carnival kind of atmosphere out here for Prime Minister Modi's decisive victory. These students are defying the prohibitory orders and now they're going to be arrested. We aim to be the best and most trusted place for news. The roads have been inundated. The only way out is to get people by boat. What is feared that over 200 people might have died because of these landslides. This on any given day would have been bustling with people, but today it's absolutely deserted. This is one of the most sensitive areas of northeast Delhi where there's been clashes. I'm Neville Lazarus and I'm Sky's reporter based in Delhi.
Well, almost 100 convicted terrorists are being assessed for release from prison by the parole board, with several cases being decided in the next few months. Sky's Emma Birchley is in the newsroom covering this for us. Emma, good morning to you. So what do we know about who these terrorists are and why they may be released?
Well, there are 92 of them in all, and under the previous laws, what would have happened is that they would have been released as they reached the halfway point of their sentence. But emergency laws were brought in February 2020 after two terror attacks in London, Fishmongers Hall and in Streatham, involving people who had just been released from prison. Those were terrorist offenders. So the rules changed, the law changed, and now each of these prisoners have to spend at least 2/3 of their sentence in prison before they are considered for release, and that involves a parole board panel looking in detail at their case before deciding that they're safe and letting them go. Now, to give you an idea of the kind of people we're talking about, Jawad Akbar, he had planned to bomb Blue Water shopping centre in Kent and also the Ministry of Sound nightclub in London back in 2004. And then there's Jack Coulson. He's a teenager, or he was a teenager at the time, who had built a pipe bomb in his bedroom, a bedroom which had Nazi flags all over the walls. So you can tell why people are concerned that these people are being considered for release back into society. The parole board, however, say that the public safety is the top priority, and actually the panels that make these decisions are really being beefed up with more specialists. So people like judges, former judges, senior police officers, prison governors, psychiatrists, psychologists. So they're the ones who are deciding whether these people should be released. However, Nick Aldworth, who was a former counter-terrorism national coordinator, said that it is possible to cheat the system.
The trouble with ideologically based offending is it is quite easy to conceal your deep views. But of course, those are also views that come and go. And, you know, there will be a case coming up this year where an individual had not been on the police radar for several years and then committed an appalling act.
Now, since the new law came in nearly 2 years ago, 117 cases have been referred to the parole board, but interestingly, only 11 of those people have been released and a further 14 had their release denied.
OK, Emma, for now, thank you for that reporting. All right, let's see what the weather has in store for the new year. It is exceptionally mild for the time of year, with some parts of the country starting the day with temperatures already at 15 degrees Celsius. Scotland will brighten this morning as rain clears. Northern England will be drier, but there will be more rain later, heavy at times, and spreading through Southern Ireland into Wales. The rain belt will lie across central parts of the country by evening. Now, southern counties will be largely cloudy and breezy, although there may be some brightness over East Anglia. It'll be mild and breezy elsewhere. Overnight, the rain will reach southern Scotland, whilst further outbreaks of rain will spread eastwards, with winds peaking up and the potential for gales over the western coasts and the hills. It'll be another mild night, though, for most, with temperatures in double figures, but colder and clearer across the far north of Scotland. England and Wales will be mostly dry tomorrow morning, with some brightness coming through, but it will remain windy. You are watching Sky News. Still to come. How Ghislaine Maxwell could spend the rest of her days behind bars after being convicted of helping Jeffrey Epstein abuse underage girls.
It's free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it, you're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR, S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about Sendwave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hello, lovely listeners. Tune in to the renewed show with Charlotte. Make it a date to listen to me this and every Thursday at 5 p.m. on Starr Radio UK. Tune in to an hour of power, an hour of encouragement, an hour to inspire you to stay positive and strong in this season. See you there and listen.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clemens, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamb.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamb@gmail.com. Well Lamb Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Check me out.
He tells me my energy is making him tired.
Yes!
How do you get the energy to do
I've been told that I have a lot of energy, but my goodness, I think today I have met my match, people. I have met my match, Miss Suzanne. Wow, amazing.
One of the things that's the start of the darkness. Of darkness. So what did that?
Myself and the world will adjust. And 2019?
Forget the proverbial boardroom. Join me, Simone Frazier, on The CEO, the program that gives you the driving seat over your life. Every Tuesday, 8 p.m. only on Starr Radio.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Body, it's your man. Bekutu, show them you got the cocoa set. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Harry Song, aka Mr. Songs. This is the Kingmaker Baba for the girls. We're here. This is Starr Radio. Don't go nowhere. UK, London. We call them London for home. For here, we call them London.
Hi there. This is CJ Buckle. Your life. And whenever I'm in London, I listen to Starr Radio UK right here. But guess what? You can listen to wherever you are.
The best radio show. Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
All around the world. In your car.
At work.
At home.
On your smartphone.
This is Starr Radio UK. Are you ready to turn it up?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. Hey there, this is Archie, and it's a Starr Radio. me say a massive good morning to you wherever you might be, or good afternoon, good evening, good dawn, whichever is appropriate. Those of you on planet Earth, and of course those of you on other planets as well, we want to salute you all, and we want to welcome you to the Thursday edition of the morning show. Today is the 30th day of December the year 2021. Well, let me say a special good morning to Auntie V. This is Veronica Dapper. She sent me a message this morning saying that, well, it's the 30th of December, and you see that the race is not for the swift nor for the, well, those who are intelligent nor for the beautiful or the handsome, but it is of God who decides who has to be there and who can't be there. So in a year long, for the past, call it 12 months, almost call it a couple of days to the end of the year. And you look back and look at the good, the bad, the ugly, whichever you want to call it, stories that have made the rounds. And yet, if you find yourself still alive, then there's a cause for you to give thanks to the Almighty God. Playing in the background, something from Diana Hamilton says that, well, you will not allow me to be a prey to the enemy. So it's God who has kept me. And I believe, somewhere, somehow, even if you don't believe in God, I believe that my God has kept you. What about that? So I want to thank God for your life and for everyone who is tuning to listen to us. For the grace of God that has taken us through the year 2021. Once again, I say a massive welcome to you. Well, from now till 1 o'clock, I'm going to be your captain. I'll be taking you through the info journey from archaeology to zoology, from Accra to Zanzibar. If it's making the headlines, why not? I'll be touching on it. I remain yours sincerely.
This is the morning show with Archie.
Okay, let me say morning to my colleagues, Mr. Kojo D, Mr. Frank Davids, Mr. Olayomi Koike. Yeah, wherever you all are, gentlemen, good morning to you. And to the one and only Mr. Francis Guy, the man, my able producer, pulling all the strings. And to my virtual producer, in the name of Miss Frances Davids, wherever you are, good morning to you. But I beseech you, brethren, by the mercies of God, to share the broadcast with your friends and loved ones. Dr. Martin Mason, good morning to you. To the one and only Alhaja Idayitu Moriana Fularin. Massive good morning to you. That I hope you are doing very well. I know all the way in Nigeria. Thank you very much once again for listening to us there as well. Hope you are doing very well. Okay. So from now till 1 o'clock, as I said, we're going to be looking at all the stories for our listeners in the US, those of you in Canada, those of you in South America, and those of you in Asia, those of you in Europe, those of you in Australia, and on the African continent, especially my listeners in Nigeria, Ghana, Uganda, South Africa, and Kenya. I salute you all, and I welcome you all once again to the program. Well, it's now 10:44 from the heart of London. I don't know what time it is at where you are, but whether it's afternoon, whether it's morning, whether it's evening, whether it's dawn, welcome to the show. And let's say a special good morning to Tosino in Moscow. All right, then let's crack on. I'm going to bring you the quote for the day. If it's your first time of tuning in to listen to us on Thursdays. So the quote for the day will be coming through, and then it will be followed by the weather forecast for the UK. And then we'll move on from there to have a look at the travel updates. Well, some people are still on holidays. They will be resuming sometime next week. So traveling or driving through town to the studio was quite easy. Took me less than how many minutes? Yeah. So, but wherever you are that you're listening to us from, maybe if there is a travel, there is some traffic and stuff you want to share with us, you can do so. And then after that, we'll be bringing you all the stories making the rounds from across the globe, starting from Nigeria, and then we'll come to the UK and move on. I promise you that come Tuesday, when we resume after the weekend, Mr. Olamide will be joining in to bring you updates from Nigeria as we normally do. But Yomi, he's our European ambassador. Yomi, good morning to you as well. Come back and have a look at some of the other stories making the rounds. Exactly at 12 o'clock, the lines are open for you to add your voice to the discussions because we'll be reviewing the year 2021 as well. But tomorrow, God willing, I'll be having Kojodi in the studio and then we'll be reviewing more. Felix all the way, and I'll be a massive good morning to you, sir. Then at 1 o'clock, we'll bring the curtains down for the end of the program. However, if before 12 o'clock you want to share your take with us, feel free, go to our Facebook page and post your comments there, or you can text or WhatsApp it to us. It is 07539661744. 07539661744. Okay, forgiveness is greater than justice. Justice is human, forgiveness is divine. You can share a bit of the divine by forgiving. Forgiveness is greater than justice. Justice is human, forgiveness is divine. You can share a bit of the divine by forgiving. That's a good note. I know people have wronged you. I know people have done all sorts to you. But if you retaliate, what do you get out of it? I mean, when sad stories like people losing their children or somebody murdering somebody who is dear to everyone. I mean, anybody who dies is dear to somebody. It's yeah. And then we end up saying, okay, let's kill the person as well, life for life. But you ask yourself, when the person's life is taken, do you feel at peace with yourself? Do you feel that justice has been served? Somebody will say, yes, I feel that way, have a closure. Others will say, no. But what do you think about all that? Well, justice is human, but to forgive, divine. All right, then, let's crack on. Let's move on straight to the weather front. So this afternoon will be a breezy and cloudy day, but it will stay largely dry. The odd shower may drift in from the west at times. It will continue exceptionally mild. Now the first part of the night will see mostly cloudy skies and just the odd spot of rain. Now a chance of a few clear breaks as well. It's expected a band of showery rain will then move in from the west. It's going to be a breezy and mild night though. When it comes to the temperatures, milder than it's been ever as I've ever known. The total temperature is going to be 15 degrees and the lower is going to be 12 degrees. UV level is going to be low, pollution is going to be low. Sunset 16 hours and sunrise for tomorrow morning 0806 hours. That brings us to the end of the weather forecast for you today. Don't touch the dial, Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. We'll take a quick commercial break and I'll bring you the travel update. So stay tuned, don't you go away.
Hello, lovely listeners. Tune in to the renewed show with Charlotte. Make it a date to listen to me this and every Thursday at 5 p.m. on Starr Radio UK. Tune in to an hour of power, an hour of encouragement, an hour to inspire you to stay positive and strong in this season. See you there and listen.
Check it out. Keep your eyes on the road.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Okay, so keep your eyes on the roads, keep your eyes on the roads. So keep it navigated. I promise I'll bond the Star Radio travel update that comes to where every day from 10:40 coming your way now 10:49. Yes, so what is your travels like this morning? On the underground here in the UK, Piccadilly line has got park closure until the 30th of December. That's today. No service between Rayners Lane and Uxbridge. Now, please use Metropolitan line services instead. And then when it comes to the Waterloo and Sydney line, there are still planned closures, so if you can avoid that, do your best to avoid that. DLR has got until today no service between Bank Tower, Gateway and Popular West India Quay. I'm moving on straight to the London Overground as well. The London Overground until Thursday the 30th of December today as well. Reduced Saturday timetable will run between Gospel Oak and Barking. But keep your eyes on the roads, keep your eyes on the roads. I will keep you navigated. That aside, all the underground lines in good service. Dear TFL Rail, London Tram Link, good service there. But keep your eyes on the road, keep your eyes on the roads, and we'll keep you navigated. Now moving on to the river bus this morning. On the river bus, apart from the Woolwich ferry that is suspended, all the others have got good service. Now let's move on straight to the National Rail. On the National Rail, Avanti West Coast has got special service cross country, special service First Transpennine Express, special service Greater Anglia, special service ScotRail, special service Southeastern, special service Southern, special service Transport for Wales, special service there. That aside, all the others, good service. And let's move on to the final segment of the travel update. That's the major routes in London, and let me tell you what is happening there. Now, A4 has got closures, Central London Red Routes closures, North Circular, A406 closure, and South Circular, A205 closures there as well. And as I will say all the time, well. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you, wherever you might be on planet Earth. Enjoy your commute for today. But you know what? Continue to keep those eyes on the roads.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can.
Welcome to Gabby Dave Global. We are a UK-based online e-commerce store, the first of its kind with license to trade in African products. Some of the products are clothing brands and all beauty accessories, hair and beauty brands, natural aphrodisiacs, processed and dried unprocessed food. Our mission at Gabby Dave is to connect African and Caribbean businesses to customers globally. At Gabby Dave, we ensure our sellers get the best deal for their products. We are not just here to help you reach a wider audience. We are also a distribution center to support business growth by fulfilling orders to your customers from our warehouse, making sure customers receive their products on time. We are inviting all Black-owned businesses to trade on our platform because we strongly believe Africans have a unique brand the customer would appreciate globally. So get in touch today and let us make your product and business go far. Here are some of the benefits of using Gabby Dave Global. User-friendly platform, track your shipment, online support, transparent process, multiple SKUs, multiple products, a platform that encourages manufacturers as well as traders. Our marketing and PR interventions amplifies yours. Organized products and categories for easy access and navigation. Access to global community, especially within UK and Europe.
Welcome back to the program. It is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, bringing the time now to exactly 6 minutes to the top of the hour. And thank you very much for not leaving us. Those of you who are listening to us on our apps, yes, thank you very much. If you have not listened to us on our app before, go to your app store, whether it's iOS or Android. Yes, just type in Starr Global, Starr Radio Global, Starr Radio Global, and you have us popping up. Download it. It is for free. Just download it. It's for free. We've got various sessions there. We've got the podcast. We've got a TV session. We've got a place where you can even do a voice recording and then send it to us. And then it's very, very interactive. Get there and just do that. If not, we are broadcasting live on all the social media platforms, from Twitter to Periscope to YouTube to Facebook, and name it, we are there. We are also broadcasting live on all the various media platforms where you have all the radio stations on. We are there. Just look for Starr Radio UK. All right then. So now let's go global trotting. What is music in the background? Yes. Everything is gonna be alright in the symphony way. Yeah, man.
It's gonna be alright. Symphonic, you know this one. Come on. Here we go. Little darling, don't you cry. Brother man, dry your teary eyes. Don't you know God is by your side?
This is Starr Radio UK.
Okay, now the top of the story today, especially relating to the UK, starting from the UK front. Maxwell guilty of helping Epstein abuse girls. A jury in New York convicts her of recruiting and trafficking teenagers in a pyramid of abuse. We'll be looking at that in a jiffy. And then NHS prepare Nightingale surge hubs as COVID soars. It comes as the UK saw a record daily case number of 183,000 on Wednesday. Are you still advocating for a circuit breaker, or you think that let's get on with it, let's learn to live with it, let people who have it go to these hospitals, these pop-up hospitals? Anti-vax protesters disrupt test and trade center. The activists are seen on video abusing staff and removing equipment at the Milton Keynes site. Well, still some people are of the view that this COVID is not real. Let's live our lives. And then another story making the rounds here in the UK. New insurance rules may change in prices. Anyone renewing their policy will pay no more than they would as new customers from the 1st of January. Somebody say, yes, man. That's a good one there. Now moving on to other parts of the world on the global trotting still. Wow, making major headlines everywhere is Ghislaine Maxwell's guilty verdict. Now, ex-Afghan president describes moment he fled. Ashraf Ghani tackles criticism he left Afghanistan as the Taliban closed in. Abi, if you see that the thing that is coming, you can't stand it. Do you sit and wait for it to come and capture you? I thought, well, Nyati, let me just run off. And to this body lying state in his old cathedral. The story says the coffin of the Archbishop will remain at St. George's Cathedral in Cape Town for 2 days. And then in Australia, protesters set Australia Old Parliament on fire. The blaze was quickly put out, but it marks an escalation in indigenous protests in the country. Interesting. And China has banned pro footballers from getting tattoos. So if you're a professional footballer, you cannot get a tattoo, in China. The top players who already have body arts are told to remove it as a good example for society. What is your take on that? We'll be looking at it in details in a moment. Area fighting to learn in Venezuela. Despite the country's continuing economic crisis, both pupils and teachers are determined to continue with schooling. And I would say good luck to them. They are doing very well. And if you're a teacher or you're a student there, come on, get your loins on and let's push it. It's a matter of time and everything's gonna be alright, as you're hearing in the background. Well, and in Argentina as well, Maradona's brother Hugo has also passed at 52. Hugo Maradona, the younger brother of the late Argentine legend Diego Maradona, died of a heart attack at the age of 52. Did they have a heart problem then? As a family? Okay. Well, you better go check your hearts as well, wherever you are listening to us from. Well, Omicron and Delta driving case tsunami. That's what the World Health Organization is saying. The warning comes as record cases are once again reported across the US and Europe. What do you think? I was thinking, so if there is a case of Delta and Omicron coming together, how would we call it? Delmicron. And is it possible, maybe if somebody contracts Omicron, is it a likelihood that the person can, maybe after recovering from the Omicron, can catch Delta as well? I mean, we need some scientific advice there, you know? So you don't take it that because you've been infected and now you are feeling much better, you are what? Immune. Well, still coming away from Starr Radio UK Global Trotting. Well, public shaming has returned to China amid COVID fears. Now, 4 men accused of people trafficking are paraded through streets to mixed reaction online. Now, would there be any changes in China, or once they've charted this path, that is how they're going to be towing it and therefore cracking the whip and saying everybody is going to bet it's going to be a time that they will just be behaving like North Korea? We all have to smile together. We all have to cry together. We all have to. I look at it and I'm like, wow. A place where everybody think the same way. Well, I think that they can build the Tower of Babel. What do you think? To the right, everybody. Symphonic, let me hear you sing. To the left, to the right, everybody. Over there. To the left, to the right, everybody. Well, still playing in the background something from a Kasibrim Pong. Everything is going to be alright. Now, Malawians mourn the country's inaugural First Lady. Tributes are paid to Anne Kedzira Muluzi, the first woman to hold the title there, who died age 69. Come on. It's all coming your way from Starr Radio. You get 3 minutes past the top of the hour at a time. Don't you worry. I'll make sure that you listen to that whole music in peace and holy, and then enjoy it. All right? I know I'm disrupting it, but hey. I just want to give you a feel of it. Through the rain, God will be there. Through the fire, God will be there. Well, the brawl in Parliament is going on unabated across the world. Let me put it that way, because yesterday I did report of some other countries as well, the European countries that were involved in a brawl in their parliaments. Well, this time around it erupted in the Kenyan Parliament over political parties bill. Well, if George can't do it, then Face must sort it out. What do you think about all that? It's so Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Well, when it it comes to Nigeria, a popular Buhari supporter has dumped him after 5 brothers were kidnapped. And it's quite worrying. Somebody who always champions the cause of the president now think that, whoa. Because his family has now been captured, they think that no. I think government has more to do to make sure that people feel secured in Nigeria. But if you're listening to us, do you feel that secured there?
Over there in the gallery.
Well, sometime last week I did talk about Queen Naomi, but it's reported that she's returned to the palace amidst divorce saga. What is she going to do there? You said you don't want the marriage again and that you were leaving and everything, and now you come back. I'll be telling you more about that in a moment. So coming away from Starr Radio UK, share the broadcast with your friends and loved ones. Well, in Nigeria as well, Dr. Dati Ahmed is dead. Now we're bringing you more on the courses. Yes, that is a breaking news that came through. And then the president, Buhari, commiserates with Lalong over demise of traditional ruler. And then the president is to ease access to forest supply for importation. Is rice included there? I'm going to say no. And Nigerian stocks have lost 238 billion naira after Christmas holidays. What were the causes of that? Well, this and a lot more we're going to be looking at when it comes to Nigeria in the next few minutes. But wherever you are, don't you go away. When it comes to Ghana, the community governance and the Akufo-Addo must end, Prophet Odro says. Well, you know that they've all been warned not to be prophesying by heart. But well, he says that the community governance of under Akufo-Addo must end. And then the former president, John Dramani Mahama, also said that youth are losing faith in Ghana's democracy. Why is he saying that? Well, and he goes on further to say NDC youth activists is saying that, well, NDC's victory 2024, MPs and the youth are prepared for do or die. Okay. Now, I think they are plagiarizing Nana Akufo-Addo's do or die be die, you know. Yeah. They said die in there and do, is it? Okay, Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Well, something happened at the KIA, Koska International Airport in Accra, Ghana, where unattended bag incident. And then people started, flying around, running. But the authorities were silent as to whether it was a bomb scare or not. We'll be looking into those stories in a moment. And then the shadow secretary or minister for foreign affairs in Ghana, Abdullah, has said that boycott Dubai Expo over UAE travel ban. Why is he saying that? This is a lot one we're going to be looking at in a moment. National Peace Council calls for calm in Boko. Okay, this and a lot more. I'll be bringing it your way, but enjoy the full flair of that song, and then I'll be back with you. Stay tuned.
Here we go, little darling, don't you cry, brother man, dry your teary eyes. Don't you know God is by your side? Through the storm, He will be there. Through the rain, God will be there. Through the fire, God will be there.
This is Starr Radio. Are you ready to turn it up?
In your car,
At work,
at home,
on your smartphone, broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7. Welcome.
Everybody say now,
Starr Star Radio. Radio for the people, by the people.
Everybody say now, if you're by a fine, every little thing is gonna be alright. Say it again, say it out, won't you? If you're every little thing is gonna be alright. There we go, it's gonna be alright. Everybody say, can I talk to you tonight? Hey, yeah, baina, onyami subinya. Asembaina, onto me, yeah, baina, onto me so. Over there in the gallery, hey, sika semno, habawano, hey, koto semno, yeah, na, you will come on, ignorant Yesu. Now when you say no, can't you on no wow? Now everybody say now, be your every little thing is gonna be alright. Now everybody say now, be your every little thing is gonna be alright. One more time, say don't you be your every little thing is gonna be alright. I keep prophesying for you, here we go. Can I get symphonic to try something tonight? Can I get you to try something tonight? Are you ready? Alright. Hey. To the left, to the right, left to the right, everybody. Everybody say now. To the left, to the right, to the left, to the right, everybody. Everybody say, to the left, to the right, left to the right, everybody. Everybody say now. To the left, to the right, to the left, to the right, everybody. Yeah, it's gonna be alright. Be alright. Say, every little thing's gonna be alright. Oh Lord,
Star Radio. Radio for the people, by the people.
Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7. At work.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Can I get you to shout it? Come on. It's gonna be alright. I promise you, I promise you. To the left, to the right, left to the right, everybody. Symphonic, let me hear you sing. To the left, to the right, to the left, to the right, everybody. Over there, over there. To the left, to the right, left to the right, everybody. Let me hear you say now. To the left, to the right, to the left, to the right, everybody. Feeling the vibe, I'm feeling the vibe. To the left, to the right, left to the right, everybody. Let me hear you say. To the left, to the right, to the left, to the right, everybody. Now you say this. Oh yeah, oh yeah. 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 Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Welcome to Gabby Dave Global. We are a UK-based online e-commerce store, the first of its kind with license to trade in African products. Some of the products are clothing brands and all beauty accessories, hair and beauty brands, natural aphrodisiacs, processed and dried unprocessed food. Our mission at Gabby Dave is to connect African and Caribbean businesses to customers globally. At Gabby Dave, we ensure our sellers get the best deal for their products. We are not just here to help you reach a wider audience. We are also a distribution center to support business growth by fulfilling orders to your customers from our warehouse, making sure customers receive their products on time. We are inviting all Black-owned businesses to trade on our platform because we strongly believe Africans have a unique brand the customer would appreciate globally. So get in touch today and let us make your product and business go far. Here are some of the benefits of using Gabby Dave Global. User-friendly platform, track your shipment, online support, transparent process, multiple SKUs, multiple products, a platform that encourages manufacturers as well as traders. Our marketing and PR interventions amplifies yours. Organized products and categories for easy access and navigation. Access to global community, especially within UK and Europe.
B. Clement, the author of How to Go from Employee to Entrepreneur, and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Welcome back to the program. It is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, bringing the time now to 16 minutes past the top of the hour. And let's go to updates from Nigeria. But let me say good morning to Pastor Emmanuel Chidi. Pastor Emmanuel Chidi, man of God, I hope you are doing very, very well. I know you're preparing for the big day. When we say the big day, the crossover service and everything. Yes. Massive good morning to you, and may God continue to grant you the grace, yes, to be able to do this work, and to all men of God who will be taking the pulpit and will be helping to, give some hope to the children of God or the world as a whole. May God grant you that. Okay, now let's move on to some of the stories that is making the rounds in Nigeria. As I said earlier on, I'm going to be bringing you all that and a lot more from there. Yes. And I don't want you to lose out or miss out on that at all. Don't miss out on that at all. Okay. Yes. So let's move on quickly. To all right. This evening there's going to be the renewed show exactly at 5 o'clock with Charlotte Odum. I wanted to make a date with her. On that platform. It's going to be a wonderful session there. So please make a date with her when she comes on that show. She'll be having special guests on the program, so please make a date. If you really want to know what she's going to be talking about, please make a date. And after that, there will be the rebroadcast of BB Means Business by Biblic Clement coming your way once again. And then at 7 o'clock, we'll be having KB Bossman and Vicky Newton having a very, very special edition of the Property Hour, and they'll be having as their guest Simon Zushi, the Amazon best-selling author, Property Magic, live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK. So make a date with them. All right then. So now let's move on to some of the stories making the rounds in Nigeria today. Okay. Let me bring this your way first, and then okay, a couple of stories that is just popped up as well, but let me pick them all up nicely, and then we go on to look into detail at those stories. All right. Well, a story just coming through talks about Lagos Airport car park being safe for travelers and vehicles as well. The story says The federal Let me take it again. Now, the Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria has said the car park at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport in Lagos, which is managed by Messrs. Semo Nigeria Limited, is safe for travelers and vehicles. NAFAN, that's the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria, stated this in a reaction to publication detailing complaints by motorists about how accessories are being stolen from their vehicles when parked at the car park. In a statement signed by the General Manager, Corporate Affairs, Henrietta Yakubu, FAN stated that additional security measures have been put in place to forestall the recurrence of such act. FAN said the unfortunate incident, which has been thoroughly reviewed and addressed, is an isolated case in the history of the management of the facility. It goes on further to say, while we have reached out to the victim of the incident, we would like to assure our esteemed customers that the airport, as well as its parking facility, is safe and secure. Okay, I brought this one because I know most of you will be traveling through that airport to Nigeria or to Europe in the coming few days, and I mean virtually every day it happens there. Okay, so we hope and we want to take that assurance by the bull's horn. All right, okay. Now let's move on straight to another story that is making the rounds. Now, following the resumption of trading on Wednesday at the Nigerian stock market, a stock and shares weakened by 1.08% or 237.9 billion naira at the close of business. Niger News said a report that trading resumed for the first trading day since the market closed for the Christmas holiday as declared by the federal government. The trade loss was said to be as a result of a few buyers willing to purchase stocks of the Bua, Cement, MTN, Nigeria Communications, PZ Cousins, May and Baker, and EcoBank Transnational, my apologies, are incorporated. Now, specifically, the all share index inched lower by 455.75 points to close at 41,807.10. 41,807.10, while the market capitalization, which opened at 22.060 trillion naira, closed at 21.822 trillion naira. Okay, now also month-to-month date loss increased to 3.3%, while the year-to-date gain moderated to 3.8%, and market breadth was slightly positive with 18 gainers relative to 16 losers. So if you are involved in that, that's some news for you. I know you would have had that, but if you've not been involved in that as well, well, it is about time. Get yourself involved in the stock exchange as well. Who knows? Just put some money, it's there. It's a matter of time. You wake up one day, boom, you are there. Now, President Muhammadu Buhari has assured manufacturers that his administration will take appropriate measures to ease access to foreign exchange for importation of raw materials and machines that are not available locally. The promise by the president was a reaction to requests on markets making the manufacturing sector contribute more to the Nigerian economy. This was disclosed by Buhari during an advocacy visit of the leadership of the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, MAN, led by Mansour Ahmed, to the presidential villa Abuja on Wednesday. According to news, the president said the relevant ministry will revisit their concerns about the increase in excise duties on the identified products and other tariff-related matters. Now, speaking on the African Continental Free Trade Area, Buhari said Nigeria will fast-track the process of setting up the designated competent authority that will superintend the administration of rules of origin and commission, as well as the automation for issuance of electronic certificate of origin. He said that the federal government will ensure the establishment of relevant structured platforms for monitoring and evaluation of the performance of the ease of doing business and improved government patronage of made in Nigeria products. He went on further to say Buhari, who said that a private sector led economy is a way to create jobs in the country, urged the leadership of their man to continue to encourage manufacturers, that government recognizes the resilience of their members and other private sector organizations in promoting a viral manufacturing sector in Nigeria. He got on further to say, I beseech you to continue to support the government in our quest to provide appropriate environment that will attract the necessary investment, both domestic and foreign, for upliftment of the nation's economy. Coming your way from Nigeria with updates from Nigeria. Moving on to one other story pertaining to the insecurity before we come to the final one. The story says that, well, Sarah Joe Saidu, one of President Muhammadu Buhari's staunch supporters on Facebook, has dumped the president. He has now declared support for a former governor of Kano State, Rabiu Kwankwaso. He said from Sokoto State, said his decision was influenced by the recent kidnap of 5 of his brothers by bandits. He said on December 12, bandits abducted over 20 people in separate attacks on communities in Wano local government area of Sokoto State. Immediately after the abduction, Mr. Saidu took to his Facebook page to announce that 5 of his brothers were among the 20 residents abducted. All the 5 men taken in our house are my brothers. The bandits didn't kill anyone in our community, but they took many people in that operation alone. We are waiting for them, bandits, to call for the ransom. Please include my brothers. Please include my brothers and other victims in your prayers. He wrote in Hausa, the language he uses to communicate with his over 4,000 followers, about 5,000 friends on Facebook. Speaking 2 days after the abduction, Mr. Saidu said the kidnappers had contacted the family and the family members had started contributing money to pay the ransom. He, however, did not state the amount requested. But my issue when it comes to some of this story is that now, so assuming you pay, let's say 10 million naira, you pay them 10 million naira, is it an assurance that next time they're not going to be coming because they've already visited your home to take from you, and therefore this time round for the next year you don't need to worry yourself at all? None of your family members will be abducted. Is that it? Or there's a tendency that tomorrow another person will come and abduct them? Well, when it comes to insecurity, I think Nigeria has lots of room to cover. All right then, now to the final story of the morning with updates from Nigeria. Queen Evangelist Silikunola Moronke Naomi, wife of the Oni of Ife, Oba Adeyeye Ogunwosi, has reportedly returned to the palace. Now this comes days after Olori Naomi, in a statement on her Instagram page on Thursday, announced an end to their 3-year marriage to the Oni, which she claimed was due to irreconcilable differences and not based on the decision of the monarch to marry another queen. The evangelist disclosed that she tried to make the marriage work, but said the monarch's public identity is clashing with his true self. The palace of Oni of Ife, in a reaction to the separation of Queen Silikunola Naomi from Oba Adeyeye Ogunwosi Ojaja II, during an interview with a Punch, Oni spokesman Moses Olafare claimed that the social media pages of the Queen were possibly hacked and a probe of the alleged hack is being carried out. However, a new report emerging have alleged that the Queen have returned to the palace, stating that Olori changed her decision after some elders of the palace and Akure met with her. Well, so if it's not true, why would they go to meet with her? Now, Queen Silikunola Ogunwosi returns to the palace after plenty pleas from the palace, and elders from Akure and Ife met side piece in the Mado Olori Farampong won't like this. So the palace to town crier confirms the queen returned with an older video there. Well. Listeners, it's All Star Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Well, I know about this time some people are saying, now you are there married to the Oni of Ife, and then so you are getting all the privileges and everything. So why are you crying about that? But you might not know what makes people cry. What makes you happy is not making somebody happy. Somebody will say, why are you getting all the riches, all the money, and everything that you need? You have the servants, you have everything. So why are you crying? But well, it takes more than that for somebody to be satisfied when they go into a marriage. And what is your take on that? Well, it is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. It's now 11:30. So that brings us to the end of the updates from Nigeria. Starr, we take a commercial break and I'll bring you some lovely tune and we go on with the show. Stay tuned and don't you go away.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hello, lovely listeners. Tune in to the renewed show with Charlotte. Make it a date to listen to me this and every Thursday at 5 p.m. on Starr Radio UK. Tune in to an hour of power, an hour of encouragement, an hour to inspire you to stay positive and strong in this season. See you there and listen.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go from Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820, or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamb Shippers, fast, reliable and trustworthy.
On your smartphone.
Shine so bright.
with something inside so strong, and I can tell you that you can make it. It doesn't matter the challenges, nor how odd or how pear-shaped things might look at or like. You are rest assured of one thing: you have life, and therefore there is a potential there for you to make it. Well, somebody say, "Wow, the year is virtually come to a close." Well, there is still hope. Got another 48 hours plus. Oh my goodness, something good is gonna happen to you. Well, so when the odds are thrown against you, or you come against the walls or the mountains or whatever it is, don't give in, don't give out. Something inside so strong from the Bola Brothers or the Bula Brothers, or the Bala Brothers. Okay, I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that I've been able to some way, somehow motivate you. But it is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. 11:41 the time. We'll take a quick commercial break, and once we come back, we'll continue with the show. Stay tuned and don't you go away.
Hey, KB Bossman here, your co-host for the Property Hour Show with Vicky Newton on Starr Radio UK. This and every Thursday. What a time what a show it's been this year. But to crown it all with the godfather of property himself, he's joining us is Mr. Simon Zucchi, the Amazon best-selling author for Property Magic. He's going to talk about how you can make money from properties you don't even own. And so it's an unmissable Thursday. He is excited. We are super excited for him to be joining us. So make a date and spread the news. Details are on the flyer, and he's got a message for you as well. So catch you soon. And he's trained so many people, thousands of people in the UK when it comes to property. And so he's got something to offer you. Hey, I am super excited. Join us.
Hello, it's Simon Zucchi here. I'm the author of Property Magic, the Amazon #1 bestseller. And I've just come off the phone with a conversation with KB Bossman, and he's invited me to be the guest speaker at the Property Hour Show on Thursday, the 30th of December, 7 till 8 p.m. And I'm going to be sharing with you what's been happening in the property world in the last 18 months and what I think is going to happen in the next 12 months and how you can make 2022 your best year yet. I'm also going to share with you how you can get cash flow and equity growth from property that you don't even own. So look forward to seeing you on the Property Hour Show on Thursday, the 30th of December, 7 till 8 p.m. UK time. Look forward to speaking to you then.
Welcome to Gabby Dave Global. We are a UK-based online e-commerce store, the first of its kind with license to trade in African products. Some of the products are clothing brands and all beauty accessories, hair and beauty brands, natural aphrodisiacs, processed and dried unprocessed food. Our mission at Gabby Dave is to connect African and Caribbean businesses to customers globally. At Gabby Dave, we ensure our sellers get the best deal for their products. We are not just here to help you reach a wider audience. We are also a distribution center to support business growth by fulfilling orders to your customers from our warehouse, making sure customers receive their products on time. We are inviting all Black-owned businesses to trade on our platform because we strongly believe Africans have a unique brand the customer would appreciate globally. So get in touch today and let us make your product and business go far. Here are some of the benefits of using Gabby Dave Global. User-friendly platform, track your shipment, online support, transparent process, multiple SKUs, multiple products, a platform that encourages manufacturers as well as traders. Our marketing and PR interventions amplifies yours. Organized products and categories for easy access and navigation. Access to global community, especially within UK and Europe.
A renewed show with Charlotte. Make it a date to listen to me this and every Thursday at 5 p.m. on Starr Radio UK. Tune in to an hour of power, an hour of encouragement, an hour to inspire you to stay positive and strong in this season. See you there and listen.
Welcome back to the program. It is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, bringing the time now to exactly 11:45. So in there, that's 15 minutes to 12, and it is the Thursday edition of the morning show, the last Thursday of the year 2021. Yeah, I want you to be part of the show today. You can tell me your heights and your lows when it comes to 2021. But tomorrow, God willing, once we are live, I'll be having Kojo D joining me in the studio, and we'll be looking at 2021 as a whole, reviewing the whole year. Well, the other time he was saying, was it last Monday? Last Tuesday. My apologies. Tuesday. Yeah, he was saying that, well, his heights is the invasion of the Capitol by Trump supporters when it came to the U.S. elections and the authentication of the winner of that election. And he said that was his one of his highest of the stories that I've made around the year. But what have been yours? What have been yours? I want to know that. Okay, but God willing, Friday, that's tomorrow, we'll be looking more into that. More into that when we come your way with the final edition of the program for the year 2021. Okay, so now let's move on to some of the stories making the rounds in other parts of the world, namely here in the UK. And we'll move on, as I say, from archaeology to zoology, from Accra to Zanzibar. If it's making the headlines, why not? We're going to make sure we touch on that. But the first one, let's touch on the NHS preparation for the Nightingale surge hubs as COVID hikes up. All right then. The coronavirus surge hubs are to be set up at hospitals across England in preparation for a potential wave of Omicron admissions. The NHS has said the 8 temporary Nightingale units will each house about 100 patients, with buildings starting this week. Now, there are also plans to identify sites for further 4,000 beds if needed. Now, record COVID case numbers were reported in the UK on Wednesday, and the NHS Medical Director, Professor Stephen Powles, has said that the service was on a war footing. The NHS is often required to deploy extra beds over winter, but hospitalization in England with COVID has risen above 10,000 for the first time since March. Across the UK, 1,883 and 37 daily cases were reported in the latest figures, with over 900,000 cases reported over the last 7 days, up 41%. Of 41.4% on the week before. There were 57 people reported to have died within 28 days of a positive COVID test on Wednesday, and 516 deaths over the last week. Now, 34.1% lower than previous 7 days. However, deaths and hospitalization are both slow to show up in the COVID data, often following rising case numbers after a few weeks. Now, Professor Powers said the NHS cannot wait to find out before we act, given the number of the infections and uncertainty about the Omicron severity. He goes on further to say, meanwhile, inconsistent supply of rapid lateral flow tests online continued on Thursday morning following the reports of similar issues at pharmacies. Slots at PCR testing sites across England, Scotland and Northern Ireland were also largely unavailable. Even for the NHS, other essential workers, however, home PCR tests were available for delivery. On Wednesday, the UK Health Security Agency said test availability is refreshed throughout the day and people should keep checking online. They added that 8 million lateral flow tests will be made available to pharmacists by Friday. Professor Peter Openshaw said the lack of testing availability shortly before New Year's Eve celebration was very worrying indeed. The Imperial College London immunologist said absolutely perfect. He said parties are often absolutely perfect conditions to transmit COVID. People crowding together in poor ventilated spaces. Well, you look at the data, and it's quite an interesting one to actually read. Okay, a series of hospital sites named after the 19th century nurse Florence Nightingale were set up in England during the first wave of the pandemic at the dedicated locations such as the Excel Exhibition Centre in East London. Health Secretary Sajid Javid said he hoped that the new hubs will not have to be used, but that it was right to prepare for all scenarios. The hubs were described as a backup insurance policy by Chris Hobson, Chief Executive of the NHS Providers, the membership organization for the NHS Trust in England. An email showed that from Leeds Teaching Hospital Trust to its staff said that the hub could be activated in extremis. Okay, now trusts have been tasked with identifying other places such as gyms and education centers which could be converted to accommodate up to 4,000 patients if required. Now, do you think that we are still on the right path? Are we just trying to live with this virus, or there should be a circuit breaker? Now, if you're a politician listening to me, I mean, the politicians will tell you that, look, we're not just looking at the health of the people, we are looking at the finance or the economy as well. So if you don't balance it well, the people will be healthy, but they'll be impoverished, or they'll be facing lots of financial, let me put it this way, calamity, and therefore they need to balance it up. But if you're listening to me, do you think it's the right move? We see the other three nations, who have gone on a different trajectory. I'm looking at it as, hey, we will do the circuit breaker, and we think that by so doing it will stamp on the number of infections. Is it the right move? The Prime Minister is saying that, well, people, go celebrate the new year, blah blah blah. Make sure that you do a lateral flow test and make sure that you test negative before you go on. But the issue is there is lack of test kits. So where do we stand? Are we going to be seeing a flaring up of the infection rates come next Monday? Let me put it that way. Or what? Well, it is all Starr Radio UK. And again, all these hubs that they're talking about, this Nightingale said hubs that they're talking about, who are going to be manning them? Do we have some extra NHS staff who are all just somewhere sitting quietly or chilling out, or people who have gone on retirement who are going to be now roped back in to go in there and go help in that aspect? So you see, no, we could have the hub and touch wood. We believe, we are trusting God that it doesn't get to that extent that we're going to see lots of hospitalization taking place, and like we saw in the early part of the pandemic hitting the UK and the world, will not get there. But assuming it's getting there that way, how are we going to be coping with it? Where are the staff to man those hubs? That is a question that lots of people are asking. But well, it is all coming away from Starr Radio UK, bringing you stories making the rounds here in the UK. But in relation to that as well, anti-vax protesters have disrupted Milton Keynes NHS test center. Now, police are appealing for information after anti-vaccine protesters targeted an NHS testing center, shouting abuse at staff and appearing to damage equipment. Now, dozens entered the site in Milton Keynes on Wednesday and were captured in video shared on social media. Now, it says one appeared to take test kits and equipment away with her. Now, Thames Valley Police said it was aware of the protest, but no arrest had been made as yet. Now, videos of the event showed the marchers throwing traffic cones towards the marquees set up to administer tests and knocking down signs for the testing center. They could be heard accusing staff of genocide, and some were chanting, "Shame on you." They go on further to say Matthew Baba, Police and Crime Commissioner for Thames Valley, said it was appalling to see the protests escalate into something much uglier. Now, he said he had spoken to Thames Valley Police to discuss the incident and said that criminal offences will be investigated and appropriate actions taken. A police spokesman said officers had footage of the incident and added, where criminal offences have been disclosed, we will take swift action and bring offenders to justice. But this is a case where the people, they don't give a monkey, they don't give a hoot. You can put them down, whatever, they don't give a hoot. But at times, when people are doing that, they don't give a hoot. But when they have been captured and maybe put behind bars or put before the court, then reality dawns on them. Well, anti-vaccination protesters also disrupted the performance of the pantomime Jack and Beanstalk at Milton Keynes Theatre on Wednesday. For what? Writing on social media, a theatre spokesperson said, during the interval of this afternoon's performance of our pantomime, a group of protesters forced their way into the venue's foyer before being escorted out of the building by the police. Although we respect the right to choose whether to have a vaccination, we rebuke the actions taken today that saw our staff and patrons frightened and assaulted. Now, the theatre said it was saddening to see how marred by the protests, and said it would continue to follow government COVID-19 guidelines to keep our staff, customers, and visiting company as safe as possible and to enable live theatre to continue during this pandemic. The protests happened on the day Prime Minister Boris Johnson visited a vaccination center in Milton Keynes and encouraged people to get a booster jab. Okay, so let me ask you a question. The anti-vax or anti-vaccinators protesters who went out there, now if you are for the fact that people shouldn't vaccinate and that things should still go on, this is the case where there is a pantomime that is going on, so there are people who are gathering, still getting on with their lives as you wish that it happens. So there is nobody go get any vaccine, and then if we want to get on with our life, we are getting on with our life. So what is the point of invading that place, going to make noise and scaring people there? What is the point? Are they now becoming a bit woo? Well, it is Starr Radio UK. Well, we hope that the perpetrators are brought to justice, because you're not supposed to put any fear or intimidating into anybody. All right then, Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. 3 minutes to the top of the hour at a time. The morning show, the program. Starr Radio UK, the station. I am, of course, Archie. Now, still in the UK front, looking at some other stories making the rounds in the UK front. Just bear with me. Okay, this is quite an interesting one, and like I said earlier on, I think we need experts to tell us more about it. New home and car insurance rules mean change in prices. Okay. Now, prices paid for home and motor insurance are changing due to new rules coming into effect on the 1st of January to protect loyal and vulnerable consumers. Anyone renewing their policy will pay no more than they would as a new customer under regulations set by the Financial Conduct Authority. That means prices for those who will switch regularly will go up, while long-standing customers will pay less. So loyalty is not going to be paying. It's going to be rewarding in this part of the world. Earlier on, there was no loyalty. We've stayed with some insurance companies for long. And every time it goes up, it's like, gosh, I've been with you for all these ages. So what is all that? But I hope that it extends to other industries as well. Especially when it comes to all these companies that are providing internet and phone calls and phones and all these mobile phone providers and all those stuff. I hope that it extends to them as well. If you are loyal, it doesn't pay at all in this part of the world. But now we hope that from the 1st of January, it's all going to be changing. The FCA said the move will save loyal customers £4.2 billion over 10 years. Now, Brian Brown, consumer finance expert at market analyst de facto, said there was no sign of insurers leaving the market as a result, meaning customers still have plenty of choice of products. Yes. So if you're not treating me well, but those of you who like hopping and jumping, you are not going to benefit from that. Your rates will be going up. But if you're a lawyer and you stick with one provider, Ooh, you're going to be benefiting from your loyalty. Now, what about that? It's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Bring the time now exactly to 12 o'clock. Yes, so let me announce the lines open before we take a break, and then we come back and look at some of the other stories making the rounds in other parts of the world. Ghislaine Maxwell, well, her story, my apologies. What do you think is at stake for her? Is she going to be handed down for the rest of her life in prison? A sentence, a lifetime sentence. They were talking about 80 years thereabout during the earlier part of the case, hearing of the case. Do you think that's what is going to be happening? Well, the family has also already, filed what do you call it? A look at the whole case once again, and I will bring you more on that, so don't you go away. But if you want to join us in the discussions, call us on 0208-133-2257 or 58, 0208-133-2257 or 58, or 0 if you are in the US, Canada, or the Caribbean area is 001-718-303-2737, 001-718-303-2737. You can also text or WhatsApp us. It's 075-396617 44, 075-396617 44. Our Twitter handle is Starr Radio UK, and our email address is info@starradiouk.com. And let me take this opportunity to say good afternoon to Empress Regina Enima Queen. I hope you are doing very well, and the family, I hope you are all feeling much better. And all those of you who are under the weather, come on, get on top of the weather. All right then, so let's take a quick break. We come back and we continue with the show. Don't you go away.
Welcome to Gabby Dave Global. We are a UK-based online e-commerce store, the first of its kind with license to trade in African products. Some of the products are clothing brands and all beauty accessories, hair and beauty brands, natural aphrodisiacs, processed and dried unprocessed food. Our mission at Gabby Dave is to connect African and Caribbean businesses to customers globally. At Gabby Dave, we ensure our sellers get the best deal for their products. We are not just here to help you reach a wider audience. We are also a distribution center to support business growth by fulfilling orders to your customers from our warehouse, making sure customers receive their products on time. We are inviting all Black-owned businesses to trade on our platform because we strongly believe Africans have a unique brand the customer would appreciate globally. So get in touch today and let us make your product and business go far. Here are some of the benefits of using Gabby Dave Global. User-friendly platform, track your shipment, online support, transparent process, multiple SKUs, multiple products, a platform that encourages manufacturers as well as traders. Our marketing and PR interventions amplifies yours. Organized products and categories for easy access and navigation. Access to global community, especially within UK and Europe.
Hey, KB Bossman here, your co-host for the Property Hour Show with Vicky Newton on Starr Radio UK. This and every Thursday. What a show it's been this year. But to crown it all with the godfather of property himself, he's joining us is Mr. Simon Zishi, the Amazon best-selling author for Property Magic. He's going to talk about how you can make money from properties you don't even own. And so it's an unmissable Thursday. He is excited. We are super excited for him to be joining us. So make a date and spread the news. Details are on the flyer, and he's got a message for you as well. So catch you soon. And he's trained so many people, thousands of people in the UK when it comes to property. And so he's got something to offer you. Hey, I am super excited. Join us.
Hello, it's Simon Zucchi here. I'm the author of Property Magic, the Amazon #1 bestseller. And I've just come off the phone with a conversation with KB Bossman, and he's invited me to be the guest speaker at the Property Hour Show on Thursday, the 30th of December, 7 till 8 p.m. And I'm going to be sharing with you what's been happening in the property world in the last 18 months and what I think is going to happen in the next 12 months and how you can make 2022 your best year yet. I'm also going to share with you how you can get cash flow and equity growth from property that you don't even own. So look forward to seeing you on the Property Hour Show on Thursday, the 30th of December, 7 till 8 p.m. UK time. Look forward to speaking to you then.
To the renewed show with Charlotte. Make it a date to listen to me this and every Thursday at 5 p.m. on Starr Radio UK. Tune in to an hour of power, an hour of encouragement, an hour to inspire you to stay positive and strong in this season. See you there and listen.
Welcome back to the program. Yes, as you can see on the flyer, this evening exactly at 5 o'clock, that is 17 hours GMT, we'll be having the Charlotte Odom on her final program before the year 2022. That is the 30th of December's program, and the topic: prepare, plan, and pursue. Okay, she will be having as a guest Pastor Jennifer Moore and Mr. Philip Deborah on the show. Yes, so make a date with them exactly at 5 p.m. That'll be followed by BB Means Clement, BB Clement on BB Means Business. My apologies, BB Means Business by BB Clement. Okay, you see the BB and BB. All right, then exactly at 6 o'clock, 6 to 7. Then after that, at 7 o'clock exactly, KB Bossman and Vicky Newton will be hosting the one and only Sushi. Is it Sushi? Okay. Yes, a property magnate on the show, as you've already heard. So make a date with us. There's lots of stuff that will bring you your way before the end of the year. And as we go into a new year, I promise you there's going to be new things happening here as well. But let's now move on to some of the stories making the rounds. I promise you I'm going to bring some music during the next break. Okay? Yes, very nicely, carefully selected choice of song. Now, Maxwell guilty of helping Epstein abuse girls. Now, the repercussion of that ruling yesterday night. I mean, we were there. I think I was monitoring some story on ITV or BBC, one of the news networks, and then we had that news breaking, that story breaking. Now, Ghislaine Maxwell has been found guilty of recruiting and trafficking young girls to be sexually abused by the late American financier Jeffrey Epstein. The 60-year-old was found guilty on 5 of the 6 counts she faced, including the most serious charge, that of sex trafficking a minor. The verdict was reached after 5 full days of deliberations by a 12-person jury in New York. It means the British socialite could spend the rest of her life behind bars. The date for Maxwell's sentencing has not yet been set. The verdict followed a month-long trial that featured testimony from 4 women who described being abused by Epstein between 1994 and 2004. Now, Maxwell showed no visible sign of emotion as the verdict was read out on Wednesday, only pouring herself a glass of water, which she sipped from twice. Now, shortly after the verdict, her legal team said they were already working on an appeal. We firmly believe in Ghislaine's innocence, her lawyer Bobby Stenham said to reporters. Now, Annie Farmer, one of the women who testified against Maxwell, said, "I am so relieved and grateful that the jury recognized her pattern of predatory behavior. Now, I hope that this verdict brings solace to all who need it and demonstrates that no one is above the law. I agree with that. No one is above the law. But I ask myself the question again, where were the parents? Where were the parents? It's, you know, there's some responsibility for parents as well. I say it all the time. Now, you know, in life does happen to each and every one of us. So along the line, maybe you were doing well, you were keeping your kids, and then something might have happened, and then boom, things just fall apart, and the center cannot hold, and then everybody try to fend for themselves, and they end up fighting themselves in such a situation. But if it's not so, that you can, as a parent, can just allow your child, and especially your female child, to just go, and then because they come with gifts and stuff like. I remember back in the day when we were young, when we go to school, I was in preparatory school at the time, that if you come from school and you're holding anything that doesn't belong to you, my goodness, my mom, because they give us money and they'll give you food to take to school and stuff like that, and they know what you can afford. You come in with anything without, oh my, you are taking it back. At times, that same evening, they are following you to take it back to wherever. So that thing that was instilled in us, but we allow kids, we say they are underage, and they come and they are holding this and they are holding that, and we think, oh, it's all right. Oh, my friend gave it to me. How can your friend give you that? And they tell you they are traveling with them and all that, and we say, okay. So the parents have also some responsibility there. I mean, I'm not praising what call him Epstein did. That was evil, preying on little kids or underage kids. But where were the parents? So at times they come and they come show some innocence thing. Oh yeah. That doesn't. I mean, they also need to be. I mean, also brought before the courts for being irresponsible parents. Well, it's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. Maybe I'm being hard there, but maybe you think that what I'm saying is right or not. You have the take. You can also share your view. Feel free to do so. If you're a parent, you have to be responsible for your words. You know, we at times just stay and say, oh, the state has to do this for me. The state has to do that for that kid. The state has to do. You are the one who birthed those children. You first responsibility lies on you. You know, yesterday we were looking at a story where they were talking about teenagers who were falling prey to criminal gangs who were using them for drugs and all those things. And then yesterday evening there was even news that some of the councils, even when they move some of these teenagers to various places, or these children to various places, there are some people in some councils who give a tip of where those kids have been sent to, so that they follow them there as well and pray on them. But this is a case where if you as a parent are being responsible, then the social worker or the social service are not going to be taking your kids from you. Listen, I'm not saying that everything is rosy and everybody is getting things perfectly. No. At times, you are doing your best, your utmost best. You are sacrificing yourself to make sure that these kids live a worthy life. But maybe you're not getting it right. But in a case where you are becoming an irresponsible parent, and then if the social workers come in or the social services come in and they take the kids and something happens to them, as recently two infants have been killed that way, I mean, who were killed that way, and the parents, various people have been jailed for that, you ask yourself the question that if the social workers come in and just take your children away from you, you will say, oh, they are being too hard and they are not good, blah blah blah, they are evil people. Nah, because you are not being responsible. Well, this is a part of the world that when you give birth, you are expecting government to come in and to come and take care of the kids for you. But back in where we come from, you should be responsible for your own words. So you don't just zip, you don't just open your flap and just get on with it. You have to know that comes with responsibility, and if you are not ready for it, shut your laps. All right then, maybe I'm being too tough today, but it's one of those things. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. So Ghislaine Maxwell is going down big time. unless some way, somehow, some miracle that's happened. But some people are looking at it as, so what is going to be the repercussion of that to Prince Andrew? There are pictures of Ghislaine Maxwell, Prince Andrew, and one of the victims. And Prince Andrew said, well, I don't know her. And then yesterday, was it early this morning or yesterday, I saw some exchange in emails between Prince Andrew and Ghislaine. And she was saying that, he was saying, well, pertaining to this particular person, I think we have some information, or I need some information. Can you get in touch? And so there was some communication. So virtually, they knew something had gone on there. But oh gosh, may God help us. Let me end it there that way. All right then. So she's going to be going down. Well, though Epstein was the one who was enjoying the enjoy, but now it's time for her to also now pay for the sins of her Darren Epstein, who is passed on. Okay, now in another sad story that is happening in the U.S. As well, a tiger was shot and later died after biting the arm of a cleaner in an enclosure at a zoo in Florida. Now, Echo, an 8-year-old Malayan tiger, was found with the man's arm in its mouth at Naples Zoo. The sheriff deputy tried to get the animal to let go the arm, but was forced to shoot, officials say. They said the cleaner, who was in an unauthorized area and may have tried to pet or feed the animal, had serious injuries and was airlifted to hospital. The man in his 20s had entered the area near the tiger's enclosure after the zoo had closed for the day, the sheriff's office said. The cleaner, who was working for an outside company hired by the zoo, appeared to have put his arm through the enclosure fencing. Now, trying to pet or feed the animal were both an unauthorized and dangerous activity, the sheriff officer added. The zoo said the third-party cleaning is allowed to clean toilets and the gift shop, but not animal enclosures. After the animal was shot, it retreated to the back of its pen, where it was sedated and later died. Responses on social media said it was tragic that the tiger had been killed. Now, Echo had lived at Naples Zoo since early 2020 after its purchase was funded by effort to save wild tigers. At the time, the zoo called the tiger a great ambassador for his species. Now, Malayan tigers are classed as critically endangered by the International Union for Conservation of Nature. Fewer than 200 of the animal remains in the wild, according to the World Wildlife Fund. Now, tiger attacks at zoos are rare but not unheard of. That's one of the stories making around. Last year, a Siberian tiger attacked and killed a female zookeeper in Switzerland in front of visitors and zoo staff. My goodness. In 2007, one person was killed and two seriously injured when a tiger escaped from its cage at San Francisco Zoo. It was shot dead. If I have to buy a property and it's close to a zoo, no way. Well, it is all Starr Radio UK. 18 minutes past the top of the hour at the time. The morning show, the program. I'm Archie, and the lines are still open. You can hop in as and when you want and share your take with us. It is all Starr Radio UK. What's some sad story coming your way from Peru and then Argentina when it comes to the Latin American area? Now, the first one says, in a tiny house on the outskirts of Lima, Gabriela Zerate lives with her husband and 8 children. 4 are her own. The other 4, 2 girls aged 7 and 15, and 2 boys aged 9 and 12, are the children of her younger sister, Catherine. It is hard to squeeze them all in. The boy sleeps 2 to a bunk bed, with the girls sharing a tiny room at the back of the house. It's always been a struggle to put food on the table for my family, Gabriela says. And with 4 more children, it is even more difficult. In June 2020, in June 2020, when Peru was already struggling to contain COVID-19, Catherine got infected. Hospitals were overcrowded, supplies had run out, and relatives watched their loved ones die unable to help. When Catherine was turned away by doctors, Gabriela was left with no other option than to take her home. Catherine was laid out on a mattress. She struggled to breathe, but her family did not have enough money to give her oxygen. They all watched Catherine get weaker and weaker. A week later, she died. One of the last things Catherine did was to ask Gabriela to look after her children. Their father suffers from the health and addiction problems and is in and out of their lives. And Catherine did not want them to end up in a children's home. So Gabriela agreed to care for them. It has not been easy when the government imposed a strict stay at home. During the worst waves of the pandemic, they were left wondering what they would do. I used to drive a motor taxi and sell sweets out of the streets, Gabriela says, but then we were told to stay at home and I got worried. How were we going to feed them all? It's a very sad story on that front. But you look at this is a typical example of they not actually creating the situation, but life happening to them or members of the family, and they're causing this too. But again, then I ask the question, where are the men? Where are the men? Well, it is All Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Okay, the final story from the Latin American area. Diego Maradona, the brother of Argentine legend Diego Maradona, has died of a heart attack at the age of 52. Now, Diego, who was also a professional footballer, died at his home near Naples, the city in which Diego played at his peak from 1984 to 1991. It comes 13 months after older sibling Diego, widely regarded as one of the greatest players of all time, died from cardiac arrest at the age of 60. In a nomadic area, Diego played in Italy, Spain, Japan, and Argentina. Now, Diego Maradona joined Diego at Napoli in 1987, but failed to make an impact and went on to represent clubs including Ascoli and Rayo Vallecano. The thoughts of club president Aurelio De Laurentiis, vice president Eduardo De Laurentiis, officials, coaching staff, the players, and the whole SSC Napoli family are with the Maradona family after the sad passing of Hugo, said Napoli in a statement there. We say once again, may his soul rest in perfect peace. It is Star Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Okay, 12:23 at the time, the morning show, the program. Well, as I said earlier on, the repercussion of the Maxwell trial, I can't touch on that today, but in a few hours ago, there have been some analysis of how it's going to impact Prince Andrew's case as well. But we'll look at that sometime tomorrow. Don't you worry at all, because I know we are hard pressed with time. Now, moving on to some part of the world as well. Omicron and Delta driving case tsunami. That's what the World Health Organization is saying. Okay, and they are saying that, well, with this infection going up, there's a tendency that we're going to see a tsunami of impact of COVID, okay, the Omicron and Delta, which are driving the cases up. But what do you think? Maybe the UK has taken the right stand, and somebody will say, what about making sure the other part of the world are all vaccinated as well? Now, Putin and Lukashenko team up for ice hockey match. The Russian and Belarusian leaders both made the scoreboard in the game following a bilateral talk. They had a bilateral talk. After that, well, they went on playing their hockey. They are forming a formidable team. What about that? It's all Star Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Okay, a quick one from other parts of the world, and then so Afghan president described moments he fled. Well, the ex-Afghan president has gone on to say that, look, the Taliban seized power in August after taking control of the capital. Ashraf Ghani revealed that when he woke up on the 15th of August, he had no inkling it would be his last day in Afghanistan. It was only when his plane left Kabul that he realized he was going, Mr. Ghani said. Now, he was heavily criticized and accused of abandoning the country at a time he is now in the United Arab Emirates. Mr. Ghani made the comments in conversation with General Sir Nick Carter, the UK's former Chief of the Defence Staff, who was guest editing the Today's program today. As the day started, Mr. Ghani recalled Taliban fighters had agreed not to enter Kabul, but 2 hours later, this was not the case. Now, 2 different factions of the Taliban were closing in from 2 different directions, Mr. Ghani explained, and the possibility of a massive conflict between them that would destroy the city of 5 million and bring havoc to the people was enormous. He agreed to let his national security advisor and his wife leave Kabul, then waited for a car to take him to the Ministry of Defense. The car never came. Instead, the terrified chief of presidential security came to him to say that if Mr. Ghani took a stand, they will all be killed. He did not give me more than 2 minutes. Mr. Ghani said, my instructions had been to prepare for departure for the city of Khost. He told me that Khost had fallen and so had Jalalabad. Now, I did not know where we would go. Only when we took off, it became clear that we were leaving Afghanistan. So, this really was sudden. In the wake of his departure, Mr. Ghani was roundly criticized by many in Afghanistan, including his vice president, Amrali Saleh, who called it disgraceful. The Taliban takeover wasn't done in a day, but many insist Ashraf Ghani's sudden secret departure on the 15th of August scuppered a deal which was all but done to secure a more orderly transition. Now, either way, the Taliban were certain to dominate by the vacuum created by the man who repeatedly vowed to fight to the death, deepened the disarray, and even more than what he did on the 15th of August. Many blame him for what he didn't do in the years before. It is true he was dealt a weak hand by the Americans, but he played it badly. He's now widely seen as a leader more professor than politician who misread U.S. politics and a situation on the ground unraveling faster than everyone, including the Taliban, expected. His latest account will be dissected, discussed, and dismissed for a long time to come. Well, kudos to him. Well, he managed to escape. But some people think that if he had stayed on and decided, okay, bring it on, I'm not going to go, and there were different factions of the Taliban who were not adhering to what the main Taliban, so let me put it that way, the main Taliban, some will say, what is the main Taliban? Which one is the main Taliban? The other factions had agreed upon. So maybe what would have happened was going to be worse. So it was better he left. Well, moving on to China now. Footballers who played for China as national team have been banned from getting tattoos. So if you want to play for the national team, you are not supposed to get a tattoo. And advised to remove ones they have under new directive. The country's sports administration body said recruiting new players with tattoos at national level and to youth squads was strictly prohibited. The administration said the move will help set a good example for society. Now, some national stars, including defender Zhang Lingpeng, have previously been told to cover their tattoos. Now, China has been increasingly stepping up regulations since mid-2018 to stop tattoos being shown on screens. Some professional footballers have since been covering their arms with long sleeves to hide their body arts. In a statement, the country's General Administration of Sports, that's GAS, said national players with tattoos were advised to have them removed. In special circumstances, the tattoos must be covered during training and competition with the consent of the rest of the team, it said. Now, can you just imagine they're going to where are we playing the World Cup? It's not Kuwait. I've forgotten the name of the country where the World Cup is supposed to take place next year. And the fact that the place is hot. Okay, so hot. That's why it's been deferred to December for that tournament to take place. But they put it on long sleeve because they got that. How possible would that be? Or feasible? Well, we'll see what happens on that. Maybe you display that, you go down big time. But it's all coming away from Star Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. A final story before we go to Africa. Now, Australia's former parliament building in the capital, Canberra, was briefly set alight on Thursday by protesters during the demonstration for Aboriginal sovereignty. The police have said no one was injured in the fire, which engulfed the old Parliament House front door before it was put out. It follows a fortnight of protest activity at the site, police have said. Protest violence on this scale is rare in Australia, but the flare-ups have become more common during the pandemic. Some of the protesters had identified themselves as part of anti-government and sovereign citizen groups, observers have said. Prime Minister Scott Morrison condemned the violence, saying this is not how Australia works. In a quote, he said, "I am disgusted and appalled by the behavior that will see Australians come and set fire to such a symbol of democracy in this country." He said workers inside the heritage building were quickly evacuated once the fire broke out on Thursday. The current residents of the building, Museum of Australian Democracy, had on 20th December shut its doors after indigenous protesters held a peaceful sit-in. The museum said it recognized protesters' right to a peaceful process. It has not yet addressed Thursday's protests. Well, so is that the right way to go? Some way, somehow. I'm not very sure of it. But well, people have the right to demonstrate when it comes to what? Democracy. But well, with freedom comes responsibility. We'll take a musical break, and once we come back, we continue with the show. And this one is one from Papa Youngson, and it says, featuring Paulino Draw, and it says, "Stay with me." Enjoy it, and I'll be with you.
Chen mami bon komobi min komo nyina ni de you do inko fontiasi odana mi o ma onkutonu obiare ni wa obotu asisama din wo wo
osut na mi chen mami bon komobi in komo nyina ni de obiani wo ni wo se Nami chen mami mpogo komobi inkomo nyina renyite wasamye masa
Semitsunza miunza miyempo Mitagendo suomi mwa Wawre chichi mami nije Baby nami chen mami mbon komobi me komo nyina ni de me wa pieza mauta wo do ashe mi ma
me se me viazi nyina mawo
wo ni je ashe mi ma.
That means don't you break my heart. Mami chen, mami komobi, enkomo nyinarite, obiani wani use. Mami chen, mami komobi, enkomo nyinarite, wasam nyemasa.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Broadcasting worldwide online 24/7.
Enlighten your day with Starr Radio.
Don't you break my heart.
Channel, mami mo nkomo nyina ni de menyu de odosonkwa semenyu na ma menyu ambiro obiara semenyu eni marempwa misuro nyina ayokra semit wonza muza meyemu
This is Starr Radio.
In your car, at work,
at home,
on your smartphone. Broadcasting worldwide online 24/7.
All around the world.
Okay, something from the late Papa Yankson featuring Paulino Joe for you this afternoon. Stay with me. That is how much I feel when you are with me, listening to me on the morning show and all the programs that we bring your way each and every day. And I want to say thank you for your support and your patronage, and to all presenters on Starr Radio UK too. I want to salute each and every one of you for the good work that you continue to do. But let me take this opportunity to say good afternoon to Sister Gina Latte, Sister Barbara, to Mara, and all the family back there, still in the Christmas mood, right? All right then, I salute you. I hope that you are all doing very, very well. And thanks for joining me on the program as well. But to as many of you who are hiding behind the scenes, my sister Delta, all the way in Ghana, Kumasi to be specific, I want to say good afternoon to you, sis. I hope you are doing very, very well. To the Hammonds, to the Betwells, and to all you wonderful people, I hope you are all doing good. And thanks for joining us once again. Now, moving on to the final segment of this morning show, the brand time session. Yes, we did announce the death of Desmond Tutu. That happened last Sunday, and his body is being laid in state at the moment. Well, the coffin of Archbishop remains at St. George's Cathedral in Cape Town for two days. Yes, so. And then some other stories there. The actor of The Greedy Barbarian has been detained. His lawyer is saying, and let me bring you that. Ugandan actor Kwakwenza Bahija, okay, who won a prestigious prize this year for courageous writing, has been detained. His lawyer has confirmed. The reason for his arrest is unclear, but he has recently been scathing about President Yoweri Museveni and his son, Lieutenant General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, on Twitter. He described the general as obese and said the Musevenis have imposed enormous suffering on this country. They have not yet confirmed Rokin's Haya's arrest by but his lawyer, Ron Kiza, said he was being held by the Police Crime Intelligence Agency in a suburb of the capital, Kampala. Mr. Kiza added that he has not been able to gain access to the author and he had not yet been charged. In his Facebook post before he was taken away on Tuesday, Rukiraba Shaija wrote, "I am under house arrest. Men with guns are breaking my door. They say they are policemen but are not in uniform. I've locked myself inside." Now Rocky, let me call him that way. Rocky won this year's Pen Pinter Prize International Writers of Courage Award. He is best known for The Greedy Barbarian, a satirical novel which described high-level corruption in a fictional country and the Banana Republic, where writing is treasonous. An account of the torture he was subjected to while in detention in 2020. President Museveni, 77, has been in power in Uganda since 1986, and there has been long-standing speculation that he was grooming his son, a powerful figure of the military, to succeed him. The Opposition Forum for Democratic Change, the FDC party, has condemned Rocky's arrest, urging that he be freed. The artist's handle and the hashtag Free Kwakwenza are trending on Twitter in the East African nation. This is all coming away from Starr Radio UK. Well, we hope that he's freed ASAP. Well, Africa. There's some people who are above the law, and I think I see them above the law. So, Rocky, yeah, good luck to you. All right, then. I like people who can dare the authorities and stand for the rights and the rights of the people as well. Malawians are mourning ex-First Lady Anne Chizira Muluzi. The story says the first woman to hold the title of First Lady in Malawi has died at the age of 69. And Chizira Muluzi, who was highly regarded as Malawi, died of cancer at a private hospital in Kenya. She became First Lady after her husband, Baki Muluzi, was elected president in 1994 following the end of one-party rule. His only predecessor since independence, Hastings Kamuzu Banda, was not officially married. Mr. Banda lived with his personal secretary, Cecilia Kadzimira, whom he gave the title official hostess. Malawi's President Lazarus Chakwera said he was deeply shocked to learn of the former First Lady's death. Malawians will always remember Madame Chizira Muluzi as a humble, caring, and selfless person who served this nation with diligence, he said. In his tribute, Vice President Solos Klaus Chilima said she reached out to thousands of needy and vulnerable children through her Freedom Foundation Trust. A good heart has stopped beating. A good soul has ascended to heaven, he added. May her soul rest in perfect peace. Star Radio UK. Well, I've been talking about a brawl that did happen in the Ghanaian Parliament, and then one that happened in Europe as well. I've forgotten the name because yesterday I was touching on that as well. But well, another one is happening. A brawl erupted in Kenya's parliament on Wednesday as lawmakers were debating a controversial bill governing political parties ahead of next year's election. The speaker suspended the session briefly after the chaotic scene which saw at least two rival MPs exchange blows, according to images broadcast on local media. Now, one lawmaker, Bernard Kuros, was injured during the fracas and was seen with blood dripping down his face, while another was expelled from parliament by the speaker. In the court, I cannot accept to be injured in the National House like this, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Kuros, a supporter of Deputy President William Ruto, said. The fighting broke out after hours of heated debate over the bill, which contains amendments to laws governing political parties and the registration of coalition grouping for elections. The legislation will allow a coalition of parties to field a candidate in the poll, a departure from the current law that requires a candidate to belong to a party or be independent to vie for a seat. Now, opponents of the proposals argue that the President Uhuru Kenyatta and his esquire foe Raila Odinga will use them to build a formidable coalition ahead of the August 9th vote. Now, although Odinga is ostensibly opposition leader, he and Kenyatta declared a truce with a headline-grabbing handshake in 2018 after deadly post-election clashes the year before. The pact stopped speculation that Odinga, a veteran politician who has made 4 unsuccessful bids for the presidency, will succeed Kenyatta. The two had sought to expand the executive through proposed constitutional changes that could have allowed Kenyatta, who is in his second term and cannot run for the presidency again, to stay in power as a prime minister. Now, Kenya stopped and ruled against those amendments in August, but the alliance has endured with Odinga after attending official government functions with Kenyatta. Now, the truce has left Ruto, whom Kenyatta has initially anointed as his successor in 2022, out in the cold, and he is expected to run against Odinga in the August poll. Well, interesting developments when it comes to that part of the world. It is Star Radio UK. 30 minutes to the top of the hour at a time. The morning show, the program. Of course, I am Archie. Exactly at 1 o'clock, we'll bring the program to a close. Well, in Senegal, 2024 presidential candidate Mbaka Sarr immigrated to Italy for 20 years. Today, the Senegalese-born is setting his sights on the West African country. I will bring you more on that tomorrow when we come onto the program, God willing, if we are still alive. 47 opposition supporters in Cameroon as well. Okay, what has happened to them? We'll be looking at that. Now, in another development, when it comes to the election that took place in Gambia, the Supreme Court in Gambia has rejected the appeal against Adama Barrow's re-election. Now, Barrow won the presidential election held in early December with 53% of the vote, according to the result published by the Electoral Commission. His opponent, Husseinu Dabo, has denounced the result, accusing the party of Adama Barrow of irregularities. Dabo, who was accompanied by another 2 candidates, who also denounced the electoral process. The Supreme Court decision is final and therefore validates Adama Barrow's second mandate in power. Barrow was re-elected for the first time 5 years ago. His accession ended more than 20 years of dictatorship. But well, what we see, what is it? Well, he's enjoyed being a president, and all those agreements that he had with his team to form a coalition to actually stand against the former Gambian leader Yahya Jammeh. Now During the course, he thought, nah, I'm enjoying this pizza. You people think I'm going to relinquish that and give it to you. No. Then he formed his own party, and now he's gone on to say that I've won election. As whether that is true or not, it's another story. But it's all coming away from Star Radio UK. Venturing to the tail end of the program. And as some developments come through, I promise to bring them your way. Star Radio UK. Armed groups in Darfur still nearly 2,000 tons of food aid. Well, they are armed groups. They are hungry. They want to give it to their followers. Well, it is Star Radio UK. Now, when we touch in Ghana now, as we have done, a couple of stories that I'm bringing your way. Now, for those of you who have traveled to Ghana, those of you who are now traveling to Ghana, or those who are on their way back to any part of the world that you went to Ghana celebrating the Christmas or whatever thing that you want to do there, the management of Kotoka International Airport has confirmed that there was an incident at the facility on Tuesday that may have caused concerns for some travelers. Now, reports on Tuesday suggested that there was a bomb scare at the airport after a bag suspected to contain some substance was found at the arrival hall of Terminal 3. What substance was that? A statement by the KIA failed to mention the content of the bag and also silent on the so-called bomb scare that reportedly led to a lockdown of the airport for hours. But the passengers were also seen in a video circulating on social media lying on the floor as security officers dealt with the situation. So that is the statement. Let me read the statement that has come from the KIA. Management of the Ghana Airports Company Limited can confirm that on Tuesday, December 28, 2021 at around 9 p.m. an unattended bag was sighted at the arrival hall of Terminal 3, Kotoka International Airport. The base ammunition depot unit of the Ghana Armed Forces was immediately brought in to conduct preliminary assessment of the bags and its content. The bag was subsequently taken away for further investigations, the outcome of which will be made public. Now, management of the GACL wishes to apologize for the disruption in the arrival facilitation process during the period and assures the traveling public of its commitment to ensure their safety and security at their airports. Okay, it's all coming away from Star Radio UK. An interesting one there. If it is part of the world, how long would they have come out to say that it's not a bump? It's not a bump. Can they say that? Okay. There is so much chaos going on in Boko. And in a sad story, a pregnant woman was killed for refusing to offer directions to suspects. So what exactly is going on there? A group calling itself Concerned Women of Boko are demanding justice for a pregnant woman who was allegedly murdered by some unknown men in Boko on Tuesday. The deceased, whose name has been given as Rukaya Awudu, is said to have been murdered when she declined giving the direction to a certain David's house to her alleged killers on Tuesday afternoon. Addressing the media on Wednesday evening, Ponab Elizabeth Azongo, leader of the group, described the incident as barbaric and called for the immediate arrest and prosecution of the two persons who they claim murdered Rukaya. Meanwhile, the National Peace Council of Ghana has urged the feuding factions in the Boko crisis to resort to dialogue in settling their differences. On Monday, 27th of December 2021, reports had it that one person had been killed and several others injured after hours of sporadic shooting in Boko in the Upper East region. The incident follows a similar 1 week ago, which forced the government to impose a curfew in the area. Reports say the shooting is due to demands from a faction to have the funeral of a chief who passed on 41 years ago performed in the area. On this background, the National Peace Council in a statement said the call for peace goes particularly to the leaders and youth of both sides of the conflict. Now, according to the council, it has been working with the state partners and those in civil society with a continued engagement with the parties through dialogue and other peaceful approaches. The National Peace Council wishes to call on all sides of the conflict to cease fire and seek non-violent ways to address their grievances, the chairman for the NPC, Reverend Ernest Edu-Jemfi, reiterated in the statement that we have seen today. 6 minutes to the top of the hour at the time, the morning show, the program. I'm going to be bringing the program to a close in a jiffy. But if you want to share your take, you still got about a few minutes to do so. Now, one final story before we bring the program to a close. Now, the youth will soon refuse to vote because voting does not affect their livelihoods. Unemployment cannot be solved by one government, former President John Dramani Mahama has said. Now, every government has faced the issue of unemployment. Now, Ghana's ex-president John Dramani Mahama has stated that the youth in Ghana are losing their faith in the country's democracy. He explained that the main reason is that they do not get jobs after promises have been made during election campaigns. The danger we face is that our young people continue to lose faith in our democracy because then the point they make is democracy does not work for us. Why should I come out and vote? He added. The former president therefore urged the ruling government to work together with all stakeholders, including the opposition NDC, to find a solution to the menace of unemployment in the country. Now, according to the ex-president, the issue of unemployment is a serious problem that has confronted not only the ruling New Patriotic Party government, but also past government, including the NDC, National Democratic Congress administration as well. Now, John Mahama, who was speaking during a thank you tour in the Upper West region, explained the reason why unemployed continues to be an issue is that the number of jobs created yearly far outweighs the number of graduates from the country's tertiary institution. I have been president before, and I know that our economy is not turning out jobs as we are turning out young people from our educational institution, he said. The former president noted that the solution to the unemployment problem cannot be solved by one government. The solution does not lie in one person's head. That is why I have always said that we are willing as a party to join the ruling party, and let's have a high-level summit on job creation to see how we can come out of this with a communique on what successive government must do to make sure our young people can get jobs to do, so that we can grow the economy faster and make sure that our people live in decency and dignity, he said. And that's one thing that I will applaud him for, and it's so true, because this is a case where if care is not taken, and it is, I mean, obviously in that part of the world, countries are sitting on a time bomb, because the idle hand, it said, is the devil's workshop. So while they are sitting there not doing anything, whilst they are desperate looking for ways and means to survive and to live their lives, if situation is not checked, the situation gets dire, dire solutions or actions are also taken, and the consequence will not be good for the country. Well, so it's a good note to say, as we get into the end of the year, I think the governing party and opposition and every stakeholder should put their heads together and look at the way forward, how best to provide job opportunities and good lives for our youth, so that they can live, or in the future they can also help us on that front. On that note, let me say thank you very much for tuning in to listen to us today. It's always been a pleasure coming your way, and it's been a pleasure coming your way today too. Tomorrow, God willing, I'm going to be here, and the final day for the year 2021 with Kojo, Felix, and all those wonderful ones who review the year 2021. I would love to have you on that program as well. And on that note, let me say thank you very much. Have a lovely day. Enjoy yourself. But remember, keep yourself safe. Enjoy the song from a group. Yes? And it says, don't worry, but what? Be happy. Bye-bye for now. Okay. That song eluded me, and another one played. That is not that at all. That is not that at all. But let's take a quick commercial break whilst I line up the song nicely for you, because I want you to hear that. It's quite an interesting one. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Hey, KB Bossman here, your co-host for the Property Hour Show with Vicky Newton on Star Radio UK. This and every Thursday. What a time to, what a show it's been this year. But to crown it all with the godfather of property himself, he's joining us is Mr. Simon Zishi, the Amazon best-selling author for Property Magic. He's going to talk about how you can make money from properties you don't even own. And so it's an unmissable Thursday. He is excited. We are super excited for him to be joining us. So make a date and spread the news. Details are on the flyer, and he's got a message for you as well. So catch you soon. And he's trained so many people, thousands of people in the UK when it comes to property. And so he's got something to offer you. Hey, I am super excited. Join us.
Hello, it's Simon Zucchi here. I'm the author of Property Magic, the Amazon #1 bestseller. And I've just come off the phone with a conversation with KB Bossman, and he's invited me to be the guest speaker at the Property Hour Show on Thursday, the 30th of December, 7 till 8 p.m. And I'm going to be sharing with you what's been happening in the property world in the last 18 months and what I think is going to happen in the next 12 months and how you can make 2022 your best year yet. I'm also going to share with you how you can get cash flow and equity growth from property that you don't even own. So look forward to seeing you on the Property Hour Show on Thursday, the 30th of December, 7 till 8 p.m. UK time. Look forward to speaking to you then.
Welcome back to the program Star Radio UK. We are virtually it's gone 2 minutes past 1. That means the program has been brought to a close. But enjoy the song from a cover version of Bobby McFerrin's song, Don't Worry, Be Happy. Alright? Yes, enjoy it. And when that song ends, you don't hear from me. It's been me, Archie, saying, have a top of the day. Bye-bye for now.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening.